In the bustling heart of Bangalore, India, amidst the cacophony of roaring traffic and vibrant street life, lived two friends, Guddu and Sweetie.
Their bond, forged in childhood, was unbreakable, a testament to shared dreams and unwavering loyalty.
Guddu, a tech whiz, navigated the digital world with unmatched ease. His fingers danced across keyboards, his mind a labyrinth of code and algorithms.
Sweetie, a vibrant soul with a contagious laugh, possessed a heart of gold.
Their days were filled with laughter, shared secrets, and the promise of a bright future. The bustling streets of Bangalore were their playground, each corner holding a memory, each alleyway echoing with their shared dreams.
Little did they know, fate had a cruel twist in store, a tragedy that would shatter their world and leave an unfillable void.
One fateful night, as Sweetie made her way home, tragedy struck.
A speeding car slammed into her. The impact echoed through the night.
Witnesses watched in horror as the driver sped away, leaving Sweetie lifeless on the cold asphalt.
News of Sweetie's death spread like wildfire. The driver, Muna Tripathi, was the son of a powerful politician. Leveraging his father's influence, Muna evaded justice. But Guddu refused to let his friend's memory be forgotten. He vowed to avenge Sweetie's death and expose the corrupt system. The fire of revenge raged within him. The weight of injustice pressed down on Guddu. His friend, his confidant, was gone, snatched away by a reckless act and a system designed to protect the powerful.
Grief gnawed at him, a constant reminder of the injustice.
Guddu knew the law was powerless against Muna's influence, but he had a different weapon, his mastery of technology.
He would become Sweetie's digital avenger, exposing the truth.
The seed of revenge had been planted, watered by grief and fueled by justice. The digital battlefield awaited, and Guddu was ready for war. Guddu dove into the digital world, his fingers flying across the keyboard, a blur of motion in the dimly lit room. He hacked into traffic cameras, meticulously piecing together the events of that fateful night. Hours melted away, replaced by a blur of code, timestamps, and grainy footage. He was a digital detective, relentlessly pursuing the truth.
His efforts bore fruit. He discovered footage from a CCTV camera overlooking a secluded alleyway. The footage, conveniently overlooked by the police, showed Muna's car speeding away from the scene. It was the smoking gun, irrefutable proof of Muna's guilt.
But Guddu didn't stop there. He delved deeper, his investigation leading him down a rabbit hole of corruption and deceit. He uncovered evidence of witness tampering, police reports manipulated to protect Muna, and a trail of digital breadcrumbs leading back to Muna's father, the puppet master pulling the strings.
Guddu knew he couldn't fight this battle alone. He needed to bring the truth to light, expose Muna and his father's web of lies to the world. Guddu knew that releasing the evidence directly could backfire. Muna's father had eyes and ears everywhere. He needed a different approach, a way to expose the truth without revealing his hand. His gaze fell upon his computer screen, his mind racing. He had an idea, a dangerous one but potentially effective, but...
He anonymously contacted a journalist known for her integrity and fearlessness, a woman who had built her career on exposing the misdeeds of the powerful. He sent her the CCTV footage, along with a cryptic message, justice for Sweetie.
The journalist, intrigued by the message and the damning evidence, saw an opportunity to expose the truth and bring down a corrupt politician.
The story broke, sending shockwaves through Bangalore and beyond. Social media exploded, the public outraged by the blatant corruption and the callous disregard for human life. The pressure on the police was immense. They could no longer ignore the case, not with the eyes of the nation watching. Muna became a liability to his father, a political pariah.
Guddu watched as the city buzzed with the news of his doing. He knew he was walking a tightrope. The authorities, under pressure to act, would be searching for the source of the leak. He had covered his tracks well, but he couldn't afford to be careless. He had to stay one step ahead.
His phone buzzed, an unknown number flashing on the screen. A chill ran down his spine. He knew it was a warning.
"Stop interfering," a gruff voice growled from the other end. "This doesn't concern you."
But Guddu had crossed the Rubicon. He wouldn't back down, not while Sweetie's killer roamed free. He ignored the threats, his resolve solidifying with each passing day. He knew the risks, but he was willing to take them. He owed it to Sweetie, to her memory, to the countless others who had been silenced by the powerful. He was their voice now, their digital warrior, and he wouldn't be silenced. The net was closing in on Munna. The police, under intense public scrutiny, were forced to reopen the investigation. Witnesses, emboldened by Guddu's actions and the public outcry, came forward with their stories. The truth, suppressed for so long, was finally bubbling to the surface.
Guddu, monitoring every development, knew Munna's father wouldn't go down without a fight. He expected desperate measures, attempts to discredit the evidence, to silence the witnesses. He had to be prepared. He intensified his efforts, digging deeper into the Tripathi family's dealings, searching for any leverage he could find.
And then he found it. A trail of financial irregularities, shady business deals, and political favors granted in exchange for hefty sums. The corruption ran deeper than he could have imagined. He leaked this information anonymously to the press, further fueling the public's anger and putting pressure on the authorities to act.
News of the financial scandal broke, sending shockwaves through the political landscape. Munna's father, once untouchable, was now facing calls for his resignation. His carefully constructed facade of respectability crumbled around him. I knew this was my chance. I had to capitalize on the chaos. I had anticipated that Munna, facing arrest and the wrath of a betrayed public, would try to flee the country. I was right. I discovered Munna's plans to escape to a private island owned by a family friend, a haven for the rich and powerful seeking to evade justice. I had to act fast. I anonymously tipped off the authorities about Munna's escape plan, providing them with the exact time and location of his planned departure. The trap was set. Now, it was a waiting game.
The airport buzzed with activity, travelers rushing to catch their flights, oblivious to the drama unfolding behind the scenes. Munna, disguised and traveling under a false identity, blended in with the crowd. He was sweating, his nerves on edge, desperate to escape the consequences of his actions. Little did he know that his every move was being watched. The authorities, acting on Guddu's tip, were waiting for him.
As I reached the immigration counter, my heart pounding in my chest, a hand fell heavily on my shoulder. I turned, my face draining of color as I came face to face with the law. My escape had been thwarted, my world crashing down around me. I had been so close to freedom, yet so far. I had underestimated the power of the digital world, the reach of a determined hacker seeking justice. I was trapped, caught in the web of my own lies.
The news of Munna's arrest spread like wildfire, a collective sigh of relief sweeping through Bangalore. Justice, though delayed, had finally been served. Munna's trial was a media spectacle, the courtroom packed with reporters and members of the public eager to witness the fall of the once untouchable son of a politician. The evidence Guddu had uncovered, along with the testimonies of the witnesses he had emboldened, proved damning.
My attempts to deny my involvement, to paint myself as a victim, were met with scorn and disbelief.
The jury returned a guilty verdict, holding Munna accountable for his actions. As Munna was led away in handcuffs, a sense of closure washed over Guddu. He had kept his promise to Sweetie. He had used his skills to expose the truth, to bring her killer to justice. But his victory was bittersweet, tinged with the sadness of her absence. Guddu's story became a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of one person to fight for what's right. It showed that even in the face of overwhelming odds, even when confronted with corruption and injustice, one person armed with determination and the courage to act can make a difference. His story resonated with millions across India and beyond, inspiring others to stand up against injustice and hold the powerful accountable. It proved that technology, when wielded with purpose and integrity, could be a powerful tool for social change, a weapon against corruption, and a voice for the voiceless.
Guddu's journey was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, even when hope seems lost, the human spirit, driven by love, loss, and an unwavering belief in justice, can overcome any obstacle. He became a beacon of hope, a symbol of the indomitable spirit that resides within us all.